Today is Monday, February the 25th, and we're going to review the same set of stocks with one addition. It'll be coming up in a second. So we're looking at the S&P 500, which took off at the open because of the news that additional tariffs on China were being delayed for 30 days because the China tariff trade talks are going pretty well. So that was encouraging to the market. So we saw a lot of the industrials move up. I want to point out that the Chiku span, after breaking through the flat cloud here, did come back and test a few days ago, and now has come up. But today was a day that ended up as a red candle because it closed lower than where it opened, even though it was up over the previous day. It did close lower than where it opened. Let's look at the 1 week now for the S&P 500. And some of the reason for the laggishness we're seeing here is we've broken through the cloud on the candles all right, but the Chiku span is in this mess of different resistances provided by the 50-day moving average, the EMA, the SMA, and this yellow Kijun-sen line. And then it's going to run into the 8 EMA, all important moving average indicators. So the Chiku is struggling back here, plus it's underneath all of these candles. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think the market's moving up, but it may move sideways for a while. Apple, interesting point about Apple. Remember this gap back here in December, and we've been talking about it having trouble breaking into 1, 2, 3 different times. Well, it broke it today on the open, but we finished up over Friday, but we lost all of the gains from the open, all of them, and we have now this opposite of a hammer. Last time we saw a hammer on Apple, the momentum turned. Now we're seeing the opposite. We're seeing an inverse hammer. So let's take a look and see what that should read like. I'm saying Apple will continue to move up a little bit, but I am still short the 172.5 and the 175 weekly puts, and I have a handful of stock. The other one I wanted, well, with GDX, gold had a disappointing day. That's because the market started off strong, so gold is going to have the opposite reaction. And this is the gold miners. The one I wanted to talk to you about is Global Payments. This is a stock that I once traded in, and it had taken my eye off it, but now it's come back to its previous high. It hit that today perfectly and then pulled back. So I think we're going to see a little bit more pullback, and it might be something in the next coming days or weeks that I would probably like to get back into again. I just think that it's a good stock. We also have this bullish cross of the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA that occurred early last week. So that's an option for us to take a look at as something to acquire, but let's look for a little bit of a pullback first. Caterpillar, fabulous day. Obviously going to be impacted by any news that's good coming out of China. We had, like the S&P, we had this test of the Chiku span coming down to both the top of the cloud and the 200-day moving average, a powerful combination of both of those things. And we had this big jump corresponding to this candle right here. So we created another gap today, and we ended up in a doji position. We're still going for the target of 149.52, the bottom end of this Gartley pattern completion. But let's take a look at the 1 week on Caterpillar, because the 1 week shows us what? It shows us that we have stopped today just at the cloud. So we've got some resistance from the cloud. It'll take Caterpillar a bit of time to work its way through the weekly cloud to get up to our target of 149.52. But it's going to get there, in my opinion. I did sell half of my position last week. made money on it, so you can never regret what you did. But I will be looking for an opportunity on a pullback to get that position back again. Intel Corporation, very strong. Chiku span, clear of all resistance here on the 1 week. Let's look at it on the daily basis. I mean, it's just free and clear. It's just a great stock. And I am still at a 3/4 position. A little bit of a pullback tomorrow, and I will add and finish off my position for Intel there, and I'm looking for it to go higher. The target would be right up here at its previous high, 56.96. WDC, great day today, well into the gap, trying to hit the top of the gap. So I've set an alert here. I believe we're going to see resistance at the top of the gap, which is 52.71.